Hi, I'm Bhaven, and I'm here to talk about Blip. We are building a real-time smart contract monitoring platform for Soroban contracts. Yeah. So the biggest issue, as you know, whoever has launched a smart contract on mainnet, the visibility is going to be the biggest issue. We don't know what is happening with our contracts, and that's why we can't tell what's the transaction failed for and other sorts of problem. So no real-time updates on contract activity, and that leads to response from customers and other stuff. Okay, this is failing and everything, and yeah, missing contract events. So we are solving. Sorry. Yeah. So we are solving this with a dashboard. As you can see, it's just one-page dashboard, but loaded with lots of information. As you put your smart contract address, you can just switch through the timeline, and it will give you transaction volume analytics, chart of recent transactions, recent alerts like how many transactions failed and what was the error rate, and yeah, it gives you trends for all sorts of activity. We also show you what all top events you have, your user activity and top users. And so in last few days, we have also added recent events, which basically tell you, okay, this event has happened, and now you can take your action. And yeah, on the side, yeah, we also have transaction fees. Now, this is the overall dashboard with multiple contracts, but you can watch it for like single contract as well. Now, this is the information about 2 contracts that I've added. But yeah, the same thing happens when you click on one contract, and it is there. Apart from that, we have alerts. So whenever your transactions fail and there is an error rate in your contract, we send you an email instantly saying that, okay, you have one failed transaction out of your 15, and that's why we are sending you an email. Currently, we have more than, okay, so this was slightly not updated, yeah. But yeah, we have close to 50 developers now using Blip. We have around 80 smart contracts being monitored and more than 1,000 alerts sent to those developers. It's simple. Blip is built on foundation of Stellar. We are using Horizon APIs. And we're also using Hubble for the historical data, so that we don't have to put up any efforts maintaining all the mainnet data. Yeah. So right now this was it, and we are bringing. So currently Blip is available on mainnet, but it is soon going to be available for your testnet contracts as well. We are bringing features like smart contract debugging. And advanced analytics and hooks to your event. So any event has happened, we will give you an API that you can take action after that event has happened. So yeah, if you have a contract on mainnet, visit blip.watch. You can sign up, add your contracts. And if you have testnet contracts, just wait for a few weeks and we will launch it on testnet soon. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Hello everyone, my name is George and I'm CTO and co-founder at CrossChain Labs, and I'll present you Soroban Pulse. Soroban Pulse is your gateway to Soroban ecosystem. Our goal is to give you a clear picture of what's happening within the ecosystem through data and metrics. So why did we build Soroban Pulse? We wanted to offer a solution to track the rapid growth of Soroban ecosystem, and what Soroban Pulse does, it's highlighting ecosystem projects and their related insights, such as contributions, development activity, and social metrics. We also showcase project distribution so that you can see the number of projects that were awarded by the Stellar Community Fund over the last year. Yeah, sorry about that. Soroban Pulse tracks ecosystem growth by using key metrics such as the number of new developers, active developers, new repositories, and recent contributions. to find new project on Soroban, you can also use Soroban Pulse, and Soroban Pulse will detect new repos that are using Soroban SDK, so you can track their activity and see metrics like active developers and contributions. Yeah. We also showcase key Stellar advantages like transaction speed, energy efficiency, and lower fees compared to other blockchains. Soroban Pulse collects news from over 20 media sources, so you can stay up to date with what's happening within the ecosystem. Now let's talk about our roadmap. We've released the first version of Soroban Pulse last year in Q3, and that included detailed GitHub metrics. This year in second quarter, we released a more advanced version that included smart contract data and also project metrics. The plan for next year is to use the extensive data we've gathered to train an AI chatbot that will be capable of generating smart contract code and also answering Soroban-related questions using the official documentation as a base. And we also plan to improve by adding more feature and tracking and collecting more data, on-chain data. This is my team. Together we are dedicated to support the growth of the Soroban ecosystem. And if you'd like to get in touch to use our APIs or to collaborate, please feel free to reach out. Thank you everybody for your time.
Well, thank you for having me here in London. It's been fun at Meridian so far. I lead our sales and partnerships team at Bitwave, so we're going to do a couple things today in our short time, just talk about who we are and what we do, and look at the lens of Bitwave through 3 use cases, so digital asset accounting and tax, tokenization, and B2B payments. So we'll start on the just high-level Bitwave. We've been around since 2018. We work with a lot of large projects like you see here. We also work with crypto-native startups in the Stellar ecosystem and elsewhere that need to do their accounting. So we'll talk about that and look at our user interface here. But really part of the value we want to bring to Stellar is helping early-stage projects as well as bringing awareness of Stellar to large enterprises and institutions that are building on the blockchain and may not be aware of some of the benefits that Stellar can bring and how they can properly account for activity on the Stellar blockchain with their existing systems. So you can think of us as a subledger sitting in between Stellar digital asset activity and traditional ERPs and general ledger systems. So we have built an integration in partnership with SDF through a grant to the Stellar blockchain ecosystem. We'll also pull in data from custodians, exchanges, really anything you're doing with digital assets, and pull that into our platform. So in that platform, you can do all the things that you need as a corporate finance person, a treasurer. Again, if you're a traditional company and you're just learning about crypto, or you're a small business owner launching your project. At the end of the day, we're going to link that via API into those traditional general ledgers and ERP systems. That's essential for these companies to get comfortable with adopting digital assets. So we're going to play a quick video. There we go. So this is the UI of Bitwave. You can do a lot of different things in here. Obviously, we're not going to go through it all, but you can add now a Stellar wallet in the UI just as a user. And so what that's going to do is start to pull in all of your Stellar activity into this platform. So you can see here it's showing you, was this received, was this sent, a link to a block explorer. It's showing you the transaction hash, the amount, what token it was. You can see XLM here, but you have stable coins, whatever you're doing on the Stellar blockchain, really pulling all of that activity into Bitwave. So this is meant to be for an accountant, for somebody that needs to actually close their books and understand this digital asset activity, as opposed to tracking this in a spreadsheet, manually reconcile, clicking buttons. You're setting up rules, you're automating it, you're getting pricing data. So if you're a larger company that's getting ready for an external audit, you need to know, how did I price these tokens, for example, and that's what this report is helping you do. It's also giving you various treasury feature functionality, so like a balance report, any point in time that you want to see these certain wallets, across Stellar, individual wallets, DeFi activity, across chains, you can go ahead and run these reports and pull that activity. So that's the Bitwave UI, and really if you are needing to solve for accounting and tax problems, that's what you can use it for. Obviously at Stellar, there's a lot of things going on about payments and tokenization. One tokenization use case you can think about is if you're a large institution and you're tokenizing a money market fund, you actually have to pick up a lot of obligations from a compliance standpoint, including reconciliation. So I've now tokenized a money market on chain. Great, that's on Stellar. How does that match to the fiat value that I have in my bank account? How does that match to my internal ledger that my auditor may ask about? So we built a reconciliation engine that's now integrated into Stellar to pull all of that data in and do a lot of really interesting things that these institutions need. And the last use case we'll talk about real quickly is B2B payments. So lots of payments talk here, which is fun. A lot of it's about retail, point of sale, peer-to-peer, which are all fantastic. This is really a B2B corporate payables, right? So this is like a large company wanting to pay their vendors in stablecoins on the Stellar blockchain. So this is what we're building and working on right now. And what we're solving for is really a lot of the enterprise workflow, right? So we can spin up a wallet, move money from point A to point B. That's what blockchain's for. But KYC, KYT, integrating to an ERP, whitelisting contracts, all those things are needed for an enterprise to be comfortable adopting. So those are the problems that we're looking to solve. So those are the 3 use cases. If you need any help with these things or you want to just ask questions about it, happy to chat after this. My name's Jim.
All right, hello everyone. I'm Alan. I'm the founder of Ramm.ai. It's a global Web3 marketplace. All right, so we have an incredibly strong and experienced core team, and what you can see here is this is my 5th venture, but you can also see the rather legendary Jamil Sheikh on the team here, and he is leading all the development. So actually, to explain what the problem that Ramm is solving here is.
If you're one of the millions of small or medium-sized brands that's had it with online retailers like Amazon or eBay charging ridiculous fees to sell your product, or maybe you have your own website, but you gotta pay Google or Facebook for traffic and then pay an extra credit card processing fees, listen, luckily those days are over, because introducing Ramm, a retail automated market maker. Ramm is a new type of online marketplace to sell retail products and services directly to consumers. And it's powered by Web3. There's virtually no transaction fees, you invest no capital up front, and there's a loyalty program built in. And you keep all of your customer data. Now in Ramm, you can sell virtually any product or service by easily setting up a product pool. When a customer buys your product, well, they get a digital token representing the sale. They can redeem that product online or at a store, or sell that token to someone else, making it a dynamic marketplace. So learn more at Ramm.ai.
All right, that was Bill Grant, thank you. And so we are focusing, jump 2. Yeah. Yeah, so we are focusing on fashion and beauty products to get rolling. But as you can see, there's lots of low-hanging fruit out there. There's just trillions of dollars in retail to go after. So. But to keep it focused, and here's some of the early brands that jumped on board. You can see some famous names are coming in. That's very exciting to see. There's a whole lots of advantages to these brands that are listed here, but we don't really have time to go into all that. Here's how one particular brand owner put it, really excited about joining. But this is the flow that's important. As you can see, the brands set up campaigns up there. That's outside. The green is the blockchain. And shoppers come in, and basically a smart contract is set up as they set up the campaign, and tokens are created. And when you purchase, you get a token that's embedded in your wallet, and then you can do one of several things. You can redeem it right away and get the product that you're looking for, or you can hold on to it, and because of dynamic pricing, it may increase in price, so you could sell it back and make a profit, or you could transfer it to a friend, or you could lend it in a DeFi transaction, or if you want to check out and redeem it, what it sends you, it gives you exchanges your token for a promo code and sends you to check out at the brand site. So we hold no inventory, it's just a transaction engine. So there's lots of advantages. I can't really go through all of them aside from making it accessible to everyone, because transaction fees are exactly 0 on this platform. So But there's also incentive tokens. The RAM tokens that are built in are incentivizing movement. There's consumer data. That all goes to the brand because the checkout is on the brand. No integration with any POS system. This is critical because everybody can immediately set up a campaign here, and it goes right into their system, into their POS. As I mentioned, the DeFi. So a lot of strong features here. This is, we implemented V0 on FutureNet, and this is how it looked like. I can't really play the video. It's 6 minutes long, so that's Jamil there. But if you want to look at it, it's available. I guess it's a link here. Just let me know. But we also have a Git book with all the documentation on it. This is kind of the renderings that we have going for V1. It looks like your ordinary shopping campaign. So, and when you redeem the token, it basically gives you a code that you go out and get your product if you're looking to actually end up with it. Anyway, so that's kind of it, the short of it. And if you're looking to, if this is of interest to you, please contact me. We just minted our RAM token, so TGE was completed. And so if you are looking, if you're interested in tokens, do let me know. And then if we're also looking for team members, so please join us if you like. Thank you.
So I'm Chad, the CEO of Loam. What is Loam? Loam is a kind of soil, really good soil, the perfect mix of sand, silt, and clay, and it helps you grow roots that are both deep and wide. We help you grow ambitious dApps. We've now partnered with Smart Deploy, and we'll be integrating all Smart Deploy functionality into Loam, which means our team now has all of these developers. You may have seen us around maintaining Stellar CLI and the JavaScript SDK's contract client. Our full team also includes some marketing and operations folks who can help us grow both more deep and wide. Thank you, Enzo. We're currently building all these smart contracts and front end for Equidex, fellow SCF project, dog fooding and improving Loam as we go. Hello, Muhammad. I forget the French pronunciation, sorry. All right, so let's take a quick tour. If you want to install Loam CLI, I recommend using cargo binstall. It'll make it way faster. And then you can initialize a new project with Loam init, cd into it, run some setup, and then run dev. Run dev is going to concurrently run Loam dev and Astro dev. Astro is our front-end framework for now. Don't worry too much about that. Loam dev takes a little while, so while it runs, let's go look at the smart contracts we got. We got 2 example smart contracts, core and status message. And if we look at the source code for core, this is literally all of it. I'm not hiding any code here. It's super simple. It imports Loam subcontract core, and then it derives it. This starts to make a little more sense if you look at the status message example. It also does the subcontract core stuff, but it's implementing its own status message subcontract. So subcontracts are kind of like Lego blocks that you snap together to compose a full smart contract. If we look at the source code of Loam subcontract core, it defines 3 methods: admin get, admin set, and redeploy. And then if we go over to the source code for the status message subcontract, it defines 2 more methods: messages get and messages set. Let's go back to Loam dev. It finished up and got our contracts deployed to our local network. So we can now call our contracts using Stellar contract invoke ID example status message, and we see that it defines all 5 of those methods, combining both subcontracts. So we've got admin get, admin set, redeploy. Redeploy, by the way, helps you upgrade your smart contracts. Messages get and messages set. Cool. Soon we will implement more examples. Right now it just gives you those 2, but soon we'll also implement all of the ones from Soroban examples using Loam SDK and a few more besides. We've got an NFT example in the works in our pull requests right now. Our new project also has an environments.toml file. So this lets you define all of the network settings for your local network. This is all used by Loam dev, and then named accounts, and you can tell it to create clients for all of your contracts. You can also define init scripts for your contracts that run when they're first deployed and then every time they change to get your development environment into a sensible starting place. You can also define other environments like staging, where you probably want to use testnet, production, where you use pubnet. And soon, integrating smart deploy functionality, we will also help you upgrade your smart contracts and deploy them to public networks. Soon, we'll also help you run the local network automatically. Right now, you have to do it separately. And soon, something I'm really excited about, we will help you spoon network from a live data to your local development environment or to your local test environment to get everything like production-like in your dev environment. All right, so we already generate front-end clients for you using Stellar contract bindings TypeScript, and we already import them into your project using the settings we saw earlier. And this all already auto rebuilds every time your smart contracts change while you're working on them locally. Soon we will also auto generate UI for you, kind of like scaffold ETH, so you can interact with your smart contracts from the browser right away. In summary, Loam is end-to-end tooling to help you grow ambitious dApps. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tillman, founder of Observer. We try to make Stellar infrastructure easy for founders and developers on the Stellar network. A little bit about me. My background has kind of spanned a few different industries. Where a lot of the projects that I was part of, I kind of managed the whole nuts to bolts of the implementation for all the infrastructure. So my personal focus has been around automation and infrastructure management. So in about 2022 is when I kind of decided to stop being just a participant and observer in the Stellar network to try to be an active participant and try to give back to the network itself. So my first project was actually called Stellar Infrastructure as Code Modules. While that project didn't succeed, that kind of led to the next project that I had, which was Horizon as a Service, which ultimately became Observer. And through that experience, trying to set up Horizon and also just the core nodes, this is pretty much I just wanted to make it an easier process to kind of get those infrastructure pieces going. So let me introduce a fictional client that I have called Sandbank. With Sandbank, they are a small team of developers with no ops support, so they struggle managing the infrastructure that surrounds their needs for customized blockchain data. So Sandbank faces a few key challenges. With the free and public infrastructure instances available, Sandbank frequently hits the rate limits for each of those. And on top of that, the resources that they're using, such as the SCF public instances for Horizon, they're not really meant for production at the scale that they actually need. So the next challenges for Sandbank kind of revolve around installing Horizon or managing Soroban RPC themselves. So it may not take much for developers and teams that have that expertise, but for Sandbank, they don't really have an ops team, so any effort into installing and maintaining Horizon kind of takes them away from actually developing their solution. In addition, they also have a need for customized data, so when they have the data coming from Horizon, they would kind of fuse that data with the data that they have in-house, so trying to get things spun up for them is kind of makes things a lot difficult. So in short, Sandbank themselves, they need reliable production-ready infrastructure that supports their data needs without them having to manage it themselves. So the problems that Sandbank have are kind of the problems that a lot of us have with trying to get infrastructure spun up for Stellar and using Horizon and Soroban RPC. So if you don't possess the time or expertise with Horizon, just simply trying to download and install Horizon is a process in itself. So that can be time consuming. So it's expensive on a time and resource front because you need someone that really knows the ins and outs of Horizon. So with the resources like the SCF Horizon instances, they're best used in a dev test capacity and also kind of limited production because you still have the rate limits for the SCF Horizon. And then SCF themselves say you shouldn't really use their instances in production. So, to add to that complexity, Sandbank also has the customized data needs internally. So for Observer, we try to offer tailored access to Stellar and Soroban infrastructure, trying to eliminate the need for teams like Sandbank to manage their own infrastructure. So with Observer Gateway, it's like a real-time access to the data for the standard APIs for Horizon and Soroban. And then for Observer nodes, this is a more dedicated setup to where we can kind of tailor your data needs. So we can have RPC, we can have Horizon, and try to just kind of meet whatever you need for your data. So this is kind of a short demo. So once you this is for a Horizon Observer Gateway. So once you go in and create your instance for Observer Gateway, you can go in and create a API key, and then with that API key, you can get connected to RPC or Horizon itself. So within the Stellar ecosystem, there's an opportunity to take various new tooling built around composable data, and then also use those pieces to build out customized data infrastructure. So our goal right now is to kind of just partner with developers and companies in the ecosystem that need reliable and scalable infrastructure to try to get their data in and out of the Stellar network. So I would love to hear what all of you are building. You can also check out Observer and use this code for promotional credits to use our gateway. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Milan Agrawal. I'm CEO and co-founder of Scopex. At Scopex, we are transforming the global remittance. So do you know more than 800 million people are dependent on the remittance? That's like 1% out of 10. It's a huge, very big industry. Around 626 billion is transferred from developed country to the developing countries in 2022. As a fee, almost 37 billions were paid just as a fee, which is 6.25. It's a huge amount of which you pay as a fee. It's and still it's just not the fee, but the industry itself is very unreliable. You don't know how when the receiver will receive the money. It can take up to weeks, and it's pretty much uncertain. It's a big problem. United Nations wants to solve this problem, and they have a SDG goal 10 to reduce this fee from 6.25 to 3% by 2030. But we at Scopex not waiting for 2030. We start right now to reduce this fee, and I will talk about how we are doing it. Sorry. Really?
That's the wrong order. Is this the wrong order for your slides?
Somehow, yeah.
Is this the wrong order for your slides?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Why don't I just pull them up from where you sent them to me on Discord?
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
So I will. So what we are doing is why the remittance? Why we have this such a high cost? Because it's involved a lot of banks. So local banks are involved, then the corresponding banks are involved, and banks have their operational cost, and that's how they are not like ripping off the people, but it's just the operational cost they have. Okay. Yeah. So here you see that there is a sender and receiver. So sender sends money to the sender bank, then sender bank send to the corresponding bank in their local countries, then this corresponding bank send to the receiver country's bank, and then the receiver bank. So there are 4 parties involved, and everyone has their own cost, and that's why it's adding up. What Scopex we are doing is we are cutting all these middlemen. So it's directly money goes from the sender to Scopex, and we are present on the both sides of the country. So we are in receiver country and the sender country. So the exchange happens between the Scopex and Scopex. So there is no middleman involved. It's just one party, and that basically eliminates the fee. The best thing what we are doing is in the backend, it's all happen on the Stellar chain. But for the user, everything is hidden. It's a simple legacy traditional remittance service provider like TransferWise, Western Union. So user don't get in the complexity of the chain or the passkey or anything. Everything is hidden. That for them, they use just the biometric passkey, which right now Soroban is also developing, but we have already integrated in our tool. So for them, it's a smooth interface. They only deal with the fiat, and they receive the funds. And of course, everything has happened on the chain, so it's way faster. and you can immediately track it, like at what stage your funds are. So that thing is also possible. And the most important thing, right now we are dealing with Europe to India corridor, and our platform is cost effective. So we don't charge any fee at all to our customers, and we give better rate than the Google market rate as well. So this is how our product looks like. So on the first screen, we compare our rates with the other players in the market, the legacy players, and that's our USP. We give the better rate in the market, and that's how we attract users on our platform. And the steps of transfers are very simple ones, so everyone knows about it, and then they see traditional players here. We have been. Right now, we are active in Europe to India, and we have more than 2,000 customers till end of last month, and we have transferred 2 million euro so far, and we are growing at a very rapid pace at this moment. This is my team here. So we are total 10 people here. The C team is based in Europe, and in the back end, everything is developed in India. So if you want to know more about Scopex, just reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. First things first. The Soroban Smart Option contract is on regulatory hold right now. It's in legal. We'll see what happens after this election in the United States. So I'm going to just present Blocktime Financial in general. This is my team: Bruce Rosenheimer, co-founder; myself, Mike Seifert, president; Rick Reuter, chief operating officer; Ted Rolfs, legal; Mark Baumgartner, investment banking; Mike Essex, capital markets; and Brian Chamberlain is head of sales. What we do, we're a digital core. Think of Fiserv, FIS, Jack Henry, SunGard, Broadridge. They're the back office systems for investment banks, broker-dealers, credit unions. We have the digital core. We bring blockchain infrastructure to these folks. We make them Web3 like Paxos, Securitize, Mateco, and Blocktime Financial. The digital core, how we interface, you can take our digital core and bolt it onto legacy systems, and then with APIs, and then the bank's customers, partners can use it, or you can use just the digital core by itself. These are all the things we can do. Way too short a time to go through everything, but we have the infrastructure, the financial core, the blockchain services, digital asset management, and tokenization. Web-based front ends, tables, back ends available via REST API, Kafka, and Unix domain sockets. We serve financial services and fintech companies, banks and credit unions, mutual funds and alternative investment funds, investment banks, real estate, and government, municipal, and NGOs. Solutions available right now, we do Reg D tokenized private placements. We have a marketplace for private placements. We have a fintech FBO solution for the FDI's upcoming Synapse rule. You guys think about that. It was a fintech that had all kinds of customer bank accounts, and they were using an FBO account at a bank, and they blew up, and nobody knows who got what part of the money. The allocations were gone. So we have a blockchain solution for that. We also have an SEC-regulated digital securities transfer agent. We run 3 validators on the network. Coming soon are tokens from American Digital Realty. They're TREAT tokens, tokenized real estate investment trusts. We've got Arctic Digital Mining with their GIG token. That's going to be a tokenized royalty stream for gold in Alaska. My Marketing Pass rewards tokens. They are a marketing company, and they want to give rewards to their users. And hopefully coming soon, the Wyoming Stable token. In summary, we're a digital core focused on regulatory compliance. We'd like to thank all our partners for their continuing support: Circle Alliance, Virtual Strongbox, Fintiv, Rialto Markets, Texture Capital, the SDF, the SCF, and everyone in Discord, all of our friends there. We'd like to especially thank our ecosystem partners, Stellar Expert, Orbit Lens, Observer, Tillman Mosley, Finclusive, Amit and team, and our friend at Stellar Beat, Pietrajan. If you'd like more interested or are interested in talking about our Series A currently underway, please visit our website, blocktimefinancial.com, or me, Lou, and thank you very much for your time.
Okay, good morning. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me here. Sorry, here. Okay, good. We are Missio, and we're working on, right now, a web-based tool to empower developers and to be a catalyst for growth of the Soroban ecosystem, okay, and Stellar, of course. First of all, let me walk you through the AI solution. What's up, what's working there, what's happening, and how is it going to help you generate smart contracts. Does anybody here know what AI agents are? Yeah, most of you do, of course. Well, for those who don't, AI agents are in a very simple overview, they are specialized AIs that they are geared towards solving a very specific task. Okay, so the good thing about this is that you can use them and orchestrate them together to solve complex problems, because you're going to reduce the cognitive load that you would usually put on a normal AI, and you're going to use the teamwork that they can do in an orchestration manner to solve complex problems. And if you think about it, it's a perfect solution for smart contracts, because really, what are you doing with the smart contract? You're mapping out a real-world problem, and you're understanding it, and then you're creating a solution for it with code. And that's why AI agents are perfect for it. You can use them from the understanding of the problem up to the designing of the solution to the building of the solution in different steps together to provide these great solutions. Okay, so let's go here again. Sorry, that's my fault, not yours, about the slide there. Okay, so that's the AI part, okay? What are we also going to do to empower developers and to help this growth happen? Well, we're going to have a web app, okay, that's going to have everything you need to develop these smart contracts. You're going to have the AIs questioning you and asking you about the smart contract, and they're going to be then generating the smart contract in the backend. And then with the AI, the next steps is that you're going to iterate over the smart contract. You're going to, by the way, here's how it looks, the first version. You're going to iterate over the smart contract. You're going to also be able to test it in the future, try to compile it. See if it works, of course, and also audit it. Let's see if we can develop something interesting. And also, hopefully, we're going to go, our first idea is to go to the deployment to the testnet. So the thing is that if you think about it, this is going to greatly reduce friction for the new incoming developers to the Soroban ecosystem, and it's going to really empower the existing developers in this ecosystem, because you're going to be able to develop smart contracts much faster, but really it's not about speed, it's about quality, because you're going to have much more time to think about it, you're going to have much more time to deepen on the different parts of the smart contract, and you're going to be able to test them continually. Think about it, just one example. If developer comes from, he knows how to program, but he's going into Rust. You're going to have lots of people who are going to get lost in just the process of installing everything locally and trying to get it to work with cargo and everything, right? So if you have a web-based environment that does all of this, you're going to be able to and with AI, of course, you're going to be able to have a catalyst for growth, and we're going to help this ecosystem that is great get bigger and keep on this trend that is following. And of course, have people happy, having a good time programming, deepening, and providing the best solutions for smart contracts. So, yeah, well, I've already told about this. Here's a QR. We're here to meet people. We've come to London to get feedback from developers, meet a lot of you, and learn from you. And by the way, it's not the Soroban AI assistant. We're already taking feedback from Gemma, of course. It's going to be called the Soro Builder, because Soroban AI sister can be misleading. But again, we're open for feedback for anything, for improvement, and we want to meet lots of developers, and hopefully between all of us, we'll be able to develop a great solution. So thank you very much to all of you for listening to me.